And here I want to share with you some examples of our GIS alumni in the last 2 years. Most of them receive job offers before they graduate and in a very diverse career fields. For example, Arlo McKee, he worked for the State Department of Archaeological Services and used GIS to analyze archaeological sites and human settlements across the state. And Ivan worked with the gas and oil and gas pipeline companies to analyze their pipelines and then the gas flow data. Darren, I'm very proud of him. He actually created new GIS job for him at the Dallas Fort Worth Airport. He used GIS to help Dallas Airport manage the he used GIS to help airport management. And Phillips worked for the Pioneer Oil and Gas Company, and Neil worked for the oil and gas consulting firm. Uh, Bagara worked as a GIS database managers at the consulting firm, and Megan, he is a software developer and develop a lot of apps, like a Foursquare, like and look at geospatial app, mapping app on your mobile devices. Andrew, he worked for the telecommunication company. Another Andrew worked for the oil and gas company. And Ryan worked for the real estate location analyst company to for the and Jay worked at the telecommunication company. Look at the fiber cables distribution in the state. And Raman worked for the environmental consulting firms, and he also worked a lot of billboard advertising analysis. And Sam worked at the Wyoming State Historical Reservation offices, and like Arlo, also as an archaeologist to do a lot of historical settlement analysis. And Ryan worked for the telecommunication company. Yang Yuan Hui worked for the oil and gas company in California. Kylie joined Darren last year, become a second GIS analyst at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. And in fact, Kylie is working with UT Dallas, develop internship programs at the airport. Sabrina, and she started working for the oil and gas company, then transferred to a real estate company. But now she is working at Raytheon as a geospatial engineers to help Raytheon develop mapping technologies. Adam worked at United Nations and uh, help analyze human migration, um, especially for refugee migration analysis. Addison worked at New York City with Mathematica, developed tools and methods to do mapping and spatial analysis. Nicholas worked at the insurance company, Harvard, to look at how location influence the insurance premium. And finally, Benjamin Atkins, he worked for the National Geospatial Intelligence Agencies. He is now a geospatial intelligence analyst. And that's why I cannot show his pictures here, but I'm really very proud of them to be able to have wide range of career opportunities across the United States in using their GIS skills and knowledge to solve real world problems. So a lot of our alumni really take advantage of the conversions of data sciences. Um, so they're not just taking their GIS knowledge, they also combine with their analytical skills and become a geospatial or spatial data scientist. And I just do a quick check on October 14th in the Dallas area with job openings have GIS as a title. As you can see that on that day, there are 174 576 positions open, and most of the jobs are pretty well paid at a starting salary around 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, from the city government positions all the way to federal government and private industry positions. And here are a lot of geospatial positions are available at federal government, because now all federal agencies have the geospatial lines of offices, and which that means that they will have to recruit a lot of GIS experts to help them to manage their geospatial data and help them provide maps to for uh, help them analyze the data and map informations to support decision making. And most of the federal government jobs have a wide-ranging possibilities, including from uh, uh, the forestry to all the way to homeland security. If you are not into be a GIS major, I really encourage you to think about being a GIS minor. That will open a lot of career opportunities for you in the domain of your interest. So for GIS minor, you need to take 18 credit hours and about 6 courses. If you do additional capstone project related to geospatial intelligence, then you will be able to be eligible for United States Geospatial Intelligence Foundation's GeoIN certificate through the GIS program at UTD. There are a lot of private industries that looking for GIS expertise. So here is a website that really provide you a broad spectrum of industry positions in GIS. So here is the quick introduction of our faculty research emphasis on regional analysis and policy analysis, spatial statistics, modeling and optimization with a strong method emphasis. Or we have faculty really looking at environmental issues, either in the natural environment or urban environment or global environment, use remote sensing to look at how land use and land cover change over time, and look at the global issue like climate change, air pollutions. And finally, we have faculty looking at develop new analytical methods, work on apply GIS to real world problems. And here is a summary of our research interest. As you can see that we are all around the idea about spatial. So we like to look at where things happen, why they happen there, and how do we predict where might be happen next. And in other words, location, location, location. And that's our core emphasis and core interest. And here is a collection of sample projects done by GIS faculty at UTD. And as you can see that we do a lot of visual analytics and create maps, create graphics, and to look at the data. The topic could be exposure assessment, vector-borne disease, environmental health, crime analysis, or migration analysis, land use land cover change analysis, environmental justice, and so on and so forth. And in fact, everything happens somewhere. In other words, that you can use GIS, look at their spatial distribution and find out why it happened in certain places. So we can understand why it happened here and where it might be happening the next why it might be happening sometime in the future. I want to share with you a project that my student and I have been working on campus quite some time. We call it UTD Smart Campus Project. We see the campus as a model of a larger city. So what we can learn from smart campus hopefully can be translated to smart city. And smart city is part of the broader initiative of sustainable urban development. And we use GIS to create 3D model of the campus. So based on this 3D model, we can analyze, for example, shading analysis at different time of the day to see where are the shadows cast around campus. And based on the shadows, we can see about energy consumption. We can relate shadows with water conservation, and we can also relate shadows to look at landscape planning, for example. We also use remote sensing data to extract trees from satellite imageries and LiDAR imageries. And trees are important for urban sustainability because trees not only provide fresh air, but also provide shades to reduce urban heat island effects. So we are able to include the 3D dimensional tree data with our building data to, to look at the tree effect on the urban environment. And we also create the data set for all the road networks on the campus, and then to look at both the roads that for vehicles and roads for pedestrians, and also a lot of signage along the road. We also create the parking data set to allow better parking management in each parking lot. And then within each building, we also use GIS to create floor data set. So we have the information for each room in the building, hallway in the building, and to know the utilities and functions in each room to populate it with very detailed information. And with that information, the Office of IT are able to create a UTD mobile app. So we have the mobile app to help you uh, to identify buildings and help you to navigate across campus within the building, help you to find room of where you want to go, which rooms are around which side of the building, for example. And we will be able to track the real-time Comet Cruiser and Comet Cab on campus. And then we also be able to look at the parking facilities and where are the event list. But rather than look at the event, we really think that we should also map the event uh, based on the GIS database of the campus so that we know not just a list of the events, we know where event occurred at every given time and how that related to our current positions. And since we have indoor data for each buildings, we have detailed room information, and we are able to create the indoor-outdoor navigation system. We know that um, Google Map or Waze, they provide very convenient outdoor navigation application, but within the building, for example, a big shopping mall or a big airport, uh, there's no Google Map easy. There's no easy navigation systems available right now. So with GIS data, it is possible to create the navigation systems as we show here. Beyond the beyond the indoor 3D model, we are also looking at ways to develop a 3D model of outdoor environment. And we have a UAV, a manned aviation vehicle system, allow us to go out to fly the UAV and collect data in real time and to develop a three-dimensional model of the buildings on the landscape. And this is one example that we create over one afternoon at the centimeter resolution. And here is just to show you that the UAV 3D models can really looking at very localized features and so help archaeologists, for example, to analyze how in the past a human used the settlement the function of the site for human activities. Here is the slide that summarizes all the possibilities of using GIS to solve real-world problems. As you can see, that it's very wide-ranging and have all possibilities. And in fact, I usually challenge my students that if you can think of one project and we can think about the possibility of using GIS as part of the solution to that problems. And lately, I just received a NIH grant and using GIS to look at Alzheimer's disease, for example. And you would think that Alzheimer disease could be quite far off from what you might think the GIS could be helpful. But in fact, and for Alzheimer's disease patients, their first loss of function is about spatial navigation, which is about mapping. And I will be happy to discuss with you further if you are interested in the project, and you are welcome to contact me if you are interested. I hope up to the point that you get a good idea about why I put forward the 4 propositions, because GIS have a wide range of possibilities of different applications. And I hope that you see the connection to learn a lot of different things. And you see the connections about, well, even though you are not in, you don't really know your current interest, but GIS provide you an opportunity to explore all possible fields. And then until you find something you really want to commit it to. And I also hope that you will see how GIS provide you the opportunity to solve real world problems, um, and to provide to do something benefit to the society. And I also hope that you will see what the diverse career opportunities GIS afforded you to do things that you like. In summary, GIS have the ability to enable you to do what you like what you do, and make a difference. I hope that you will choose your own path when you build your career, and I hope that you will consider learning GIS along the way and let the GIS to empower you be an agent of change and make the world a better place. Thank you very much for listening. And here is my email address. I welcome your suggestions and feel free to contact me for further discussion. Have a great day. Thank you.